Good evening, one and all gathered here for a fifth day of an AICTE training and learning academy sponsored 6 days online faculty development program on IoT data analysis with the practical and explanatory approach. Let us begin this event with a silent prayer. Thank you. Now I invite Mr. A. Selvakumar sir, Assistant Professor, to deliver the welcome address and introduce our today's chief guest. Sir.
Thank you, sir. A very good evening, one and all. On behalf of Ayuttadar Janaki Ammal College and Department of Computer Applications, it is a privilege to deliver the welcome address and introduce the chief guest of first session today of this ATAL FDP. I express sincere gratitude to invite our chief guest, D. Cynthia Angel, ma'am, technical leader at Nokia Bangalore, Karnataka, India. Ma'am has completed his BSc Physics at Devanga Arts College in 2008. Ma'am has completed his MCA Cornell University, Coimbatore in 2011. She has various skills such as troubleshooting, React.js, shell scripting, project management, etc. Ma'am is currently working as a technical leader at Nokia Bangalore, India. Ma'am has working experience in telecom R&D. We have such an eminent person to handle the session on advanced NLP tools on today first session of this FDP. Now I invite Dr. Cynthia Angel ma'am to handle the session 9. Welcome you ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Now I welcome Dr. D. Cynthia Angel ma'am to enhance the value of this session on the topic Advanced NLP Tools. Welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you. Can you enable the share mode for me? I'm unable to share my screen.
Ma'am.
Sorry, can you hear me?
Ma'am, you can present, ma'am, no issues at all.
I'm unable to share my screen.
Actually, we have enabled you as a meeting host, ma'am. So let's see, ma'am. Let's see.
Please, yeah, the share button is not enabled yet. Sorry for the technical glitch. Is my screen visible now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Thank you. So, good evening, all of you. Sorry that I'm not able to join you over video because I had to travel urgently and then I have to survey with the mobile data. So, I'm happy to join you all virtually for this FDP program on RAG in advanced NLP. So, in connection with advanced NLP tools, this opportunity has come to me through Dr. B. Vinod Kumar, my MCA classmate at Karanya University, to meet again in this way as colleagues in our academic and professional journey is truly a blessing. So, thanks to you, sir, and to all the FTP conveners and the organizing team of ANJAC for. So, a little about myself. Uh, I have been with Nokia for more than 14 years, so working in telecom infrastructure and networking. Many of you may remember Nokia for its strong, long lasting phones. Today, Nokia has grown into a global leader in telecom infrastructure. And over my career, I have worked across both core and radio telecom networks in both hardware as well as software. And as I introduced, I'm a project manager and managing projects with AI, NLP, IoT, and all together in telecom. All technologies come together in telecom. So, with that introduction, let me begin. So, my approach for today would be a talk which is very basic and beginner friendly. So, even if you are new to NLP, you will be able to follow and learn. Towards the end, we'll also step into a bit of advanced concepts and demo on RAG and give you a glimpse of the vast NLP ocean. Stepping into the agenda, sorry, technology is not on my side today. So today the agenda is as I mentioned. The general intro goes with what is NLP, what is AI, and what is NLP, and basic NLP pipeline, and then we'll switch our gears to advanced NLP concepts. How RAG is connected with the NLP, how it is complementing, and then at the end I will end it quickly. So starting with a question. Uh, so some years ago, if someone asked you and me, what is AI? What would be your answer? So I can guess your answer. Most of us would have told that robots taking over the world, machines with human-like emotions, or maybe sci-fi images from movies like The Terminator, or many people we felt like AI is something very futuristic, far away from everyday life. It's not for normal people like us. But here we are coming again today. Same question. I'm repeating. What is AI? Now, things coming in your mind is very different. So we immediately think of chatbots, chat GPT. Some of us are really grateful how it helps our kids with projects and homework, right? So we've seen AI generated images everywhere and even use it for last minute lesson preparations. Uh, so suddenly we all realized computers can actually talk like humans. With just one query, they can write essays, explain concepts, plan a trip, even joking with us. Yeah. So isn't it amazing? Yes, it is. So uh, I'm personally surprised to see the history of how human computer interaction evolved. So if you remember, it start with machine language. A computer was only able to understand zeros and ones. You ever wrote a program like that? Zeros and ones you would have, but it's extremely hard, and even a tiny mistake will crash everything. Then came assembly language. Zeros and ones were replaced with codes. A little better, but still it's very technical. Remembering the microprocessor projects we all did, so we have to remember all the codes, and that's only for experts and not for beginners. And later on it moved to compute command line interfaces. Here the black screens get pitched in. So even I use it for my daily job, but it's very powerful, still in use, but not user friendly, I would say. I personally remember many people who are, can I disable this? Yeah. uh, so uh, yeah, many people still afraid of this command line interfaces. It's not user friendly. And then comes programming language, C++, C, Java, Python, PHP. So all these came, but flexible, but still strict syntax. So many of us passed because of Google, right? How we all remember all the syntaxes. So through all these stages, if you remember, one thing stayed the same. Humans always learned computer's language. Uh, Sorry, this is a bit annoying. Yeah. So, yeah, humans are always learning computer language, but time has changed now with the NLP. For the first time, computers are learning our language. Computers started talking in our language. So, moving into the question, let me quickly, sorry, it's just moving. Yeah. So, the question is, where do you think computers are already using human language in our daily lives? The first is voice assistant. Hey Siri, set a timer. Alexa, what's the weather? And even my 2-year-old kid says, Alexa, please play Tinkle Tinkle. And then it just works. And those days, gone are the days that way we were like searching keywords in Google, best hotel, Trivandrum, cheap. But see, do you notice the change now? Like we are now changing, right? Like what's the best place to eat biryani near me right now? Google understands what it means. It's not understand it's we no need to find the actual words, keywords and all. Then real time transition like Google Translate like instantly converts text or speech from one language to another. You can speak in English and someone else can hear it in Tamil or Hindi, just like a magic. So now the question is, how do machines do that? Some time ago, the same computers were unable to understand us. Now it is able to. So that's how that is the concept which is called NLP, natural language processing. So many of you would have already taken the same classes to many people. Okay, I'm not here to teach you the basics, but I'm making a story here for my and setting a stage for my presentation. So NLP, natural language processing, part of AI that helps computers with work with language, making our work simple. But as we know already, that computers are comfortable with formulas and clean data, numbers. But we humans are talking messy language. If we make fast, we talk fast, we make spelling mistakes, and while writing, we mix English with our mother tongue. We use short forms, but NLP still handles all these mess, so it is powerful. So when I ask you, when I ask the voice assistant Alexa play a song, and it replies correctly, okay, and Google Translate converts it Tamil to Hindi or any other language which we prefer. And even if I write some message in WhatsApp, it just gives next word immediately. It knows. So the power of NLP is speed and scale. So if it's used in many places like where if you're receiving thousands of customer complaints in one day, you cannot read all of them, right? But technology will understand, read it, knows which is urgent, which one to prioritize, knows the mood. Yeah. So all it coming like if you have to know the like it's a science of linguistics, machine learning, and mathematical, statistical thing all together. So as I told, yeah. Currently computer already know only numbers and binaries, so this is the world of computer. And if you give all these words, no, computer is confused, it cannot process. So what is the confusion for the machine is our sarcasm in our language. So when we talk, we just tell sometimes like sarcastically, like செம்ம ஸ்பீட்ல ஒர்க் பண்றீங்க, like that. It literally mean like you're working so fast. Computer, if you tell the computer, it'll understand you are working so fast. But only we know, based on the language context, that when a person is very slow, we are telling sarcastically, we are kidding them, telling that they are very slow. Machine cannot understand that. And slang words like hey machi, literally it is brother-in-law, it will convert it. but actually we call it even for within friends and buddies, within even in women also these days using. So machine cannot understand our slangs. Confusing, it's confusing. And then BRB, be right back, BTW, by the way, it's hard. And then ambiguous things like match, cricket match, or matchstick. Train means which one? So computers are not able to understand still. And then comes NLP pipeline. This is a technology which is helping computer to understand the text. So there are several steps. You would have already taught many people, for those who already working on that, it is repetition for you. But for those who do not know, I'm helping out. So in basic NLP, what it does means it just takes all the text, messy WhatsApp messages, typos, slang, mixed languages, and then what this NLP does is all the text, and then it studies it just cleans it. So whatever it's unwanted, it just cleans it. It's all confusing things for me. It just cleans, and then it applies certain technology like tokenization, stemming, POS tagging, finding meaning, and actionable output. For example, text cleaning, something like, wow, the phone is $999. So it just removes all these and then like changes to change the text. It takes the text, change it to smaller, lowercase, and then sentence tokenization. If the text which you provide, if you're talking long sentences, you just chop it sentence by sentence. Like NLP is powerful, it helps computer learn means it just chops into two. NLP is powerful, chop. It helps computers learn, chop, like that. Sentence tokenization. And then it does word tokenization. All I'm talking is basic NLP. I didn't go to advanced NLP yet. In word tokenization, it takes and chops it by word. The quick fox means the quick fox, like that. It just tokenizes. And then it removes stop words which are non-informative. It doesn't need to make sense. So the quick brown fox jumps means it's like removes all the stop words, and then only takes quick brown fox jumps. It removes the which is not needed to make a meaning. And then normalization. There are two techniques they are talking on, a stemming and in lemmatization. So it takes a word like if it is running means it just go to the nearest root word, run. And if it is lemmatization, it goes to the nearest word. Sorry, but in there are some problems with stemming. It is a bit quick, but it is making a lot of mistakes. And then comes a lemmatization. It just goes to the nearest word, and then computers and keep the root word and then make the meaning. Next is POS tagging. Like it take from the word Ramesh plays cricket, it to try to understand the context. Ramesh is noun, verb is plays, cricket is. So sorry that I'm talking like a grammar teacher, but that's how for computer everything is a formula. It cannot understand as it is. So uh, some examples I missed here. Yeah, banking complaint mail. So I was traveling abroad. My once they are getting an email. Okay, a person named Ramesh, we can say, it's writing an email. I was traveling abroad. My card got blocked. Then suddenly I was charged twice at a store. I already raised this earlier, but no one responded. I think someone is misusing my account. Who has time to read all these? So if a customer support agent tries to read this email, it takes a lot of time to realize that it is a fake email or a simple mistake or a fraud case. But NLP just checks the important words. Charged twice, misusing my account. So immediately it's urgent and it's a fraud case. So and then e-commerce review. Oh, great phone. If you enjoy charging it 2 hours. See here the tone. It's sarcasm. So it's a flag as a product complaint. It's telling. And in healthcare, cough, chest pain, shortness. When the doctor writes the report, it is flagging as a possible cardiac concern. In telecom, in real-time environment where I am working, this is how a telecom log looks like. This is a telecom equipment where alarm is raised, memory error detected, retrack successful, alarm auto cleared. So in that way, we what we understand is yes, issue is a memory error, but severity is low. So it's minor glitch, not a major escalation. At the moment, there is no call outage. So be safe. So this is where we are using basic NLP. Yeah, moving on. Before yeah, so here basic NLP, you saw all that we have saw. It is using basic approaches, very simple ones like bag of words, TF, IDF. I don't know whether you know, but I'm not going into that depth. So the old way is a bag of words. Yeah, so it's like counting the numbers, then understanding the context. So if you sell tail whatever word apple, it just counts in the page how many apple, and then number three. It's like a normal college project. No, we'll tell the children or students. We'll give us a passage and then ask them count the this number of words. They'll write a program and give you. So it's old method. That's how it works. The problem is with the older method is no context, no meaning. The computers is not understanding the difference between apple and mango or both fruits, but it's just counting, simply counting. Doesn't add any value to you. And then no context here, like the match. Is it India won the cricket match and give me a match to light the lamp? It's not able to understand whether it is a river bank, money bank. It just take sorry, yeah. Uh, so clearly the problem is the counting is not enough. So we have to really come up with a new method. That is where advanced NLP idea called embedding came. Okay, so these are all real hot topic in the market, which every company is trying to adapt. What is embedding in NLP? So here words started, yet we started telling computers, okay, it's very, for you, it's very hard to understand words. Let us make the thing into formulas. Let's make it into numbers. Let us make those words into vectors. Vectors. So in that way, we are simplifying the message. Like it is trying to able to put everything in a dimension, like a cat, dog, car, lion, and car. If you're giving the word, no, it just groups. Yeah, I can see lion as an animal, dog as an animal. So they are all similar category, but car is not similar. So it was able to identify it through certain numbers. The number I can show is like here. It's like, consider it takes one word and then here it converts it to numbers with these many dimensions and stored it in vector database or save it somewhere. Usually for each number it has 50 to 300 dimensions like this. Okay, here all these floating points, I am showing first 5 dimension only. So like king and queen, contextually the numbers look somewhat similar. That means they are somewhat close. Cricket and football, if you see like this stored. So for computer we are making it make these words into numerical items. So computers are now relating it to numbers already, which already they know, zeros, ones, and we are bringing the words into number world, and that makes it simple for the computer. So that is how embedding came into advanced NLP concept. Contextual embedding. So now early embeddings like vector to word to vector, glow, those were powerful, but still gave each word, I mean, word just one fixed meaning. Like bank was always the same. But here, when it comes to embedding, it started understanding the context. Okay, he sat by the bank. It understands. She deposited money in the bank. So can you see the difference? it started understanding the context. So that's how we made the older NLP, which was dumb, and make it intelligent with advanced NLP concepts such as embedding. So, where are we using embedding in everyday? Google Translate for semantic search. So, when you search for best biryani near me, when you search, it is looking for restaurant and not for biryani recipe, right? So it knows the context now. And in our phones, autocorrect, spell check, on all these suggest words because it's not sorry, they are understanding the context. And of course, chatbots like chat gpt, customer bots. So here, all in all these places, embeddings are used and helping understand the concept. So these are used for customer support. Okay, 100 people telling that login failed means immediately just understand the context, giving a suggestion or escalate it to the higher management. uh, so, and if you even try in Google, no, in e-commerce sites, sorry, not in Google, e-commerce sites like Amazon, Flipkart, if you search for running shoes, it also asks for prints, sorry, or displays for sports sneakers. And like in healthcare and all, like if the doctor writes a chest discomfort, means it's like it just understand and giving suggestions for chest pain, what to treat. So like that, it knows context. But in telecom, where I am working, we use it for analyzing error logs. If the system crash logs matches to the failure pattern, previous pattern, and these embeddings are helping identify it quickly. My project is also using embedding, where I'm trying that. So more and more, like a code assistant, GitHub Copilot, ChatGPT, in many places they are using. So embeddings are the backbone of modern NLP. So we are being powered by embeddings these days, knowing or unknowingly. Uh, yeah, from meaning to context. So embeddings were a big step forward. They gave computers the ability to understand the meaning of words now. uh, it can now understand that cat and dog is near, but cat and car are different. It just are different numbers. I cannot match them. So it has become intelligent now. But one problem, it cannot have this context when you give more and more text. It just get confuses. Okay, so the example I'm giving in here is, yes, the text, yeah, the cat sat on the mat because it was tired. Okay, here there's a word, the cat sat on the mat because it was tired. So who's this it? Is it cat? Is it mat? No, embedding cannot understand. So if you give more and more text, embedding cannot give you get the proper context. It start get confused. Okay, it is intelligent enough in small text, a small amount of words and all. But when it comes in the older methods, are all not working. Okay, so we are just moving into another one, transformers. Mm, yeah, before transformers, the models we used were RNN, LSTMs, where they were reading text word by word, very slow. Now, with transformers, it's a real game changer. So what they do, their magic ingredient is the self attention. So instead of reading one word at a time, these transformers read the whole sentence at once. It's not processing one by one, just powerful person reading the whole sentence at once, reading the whole, like they decide which words are important, how they are connected to each other. You now know what is it in this sentence. The cat sat on the mat because it was tired. It is not confusing itself with cat, whether it is cat or mat. You now know what is it is cat. So transformers uh, has the context awareness. what is around it, and it understands. So the bonus is like transformer process the words in parallel, so that gives more efficiency, and it's faster, and it's trained with a massive amount of data. So that's why transformers became the backbone of today's most powerful models, but GPT and T5, etc. So hope I'm not monotonous. I hope you are not sleeping. Hope the presentation is engaging enough. Yeah, just so if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to post it. I can answer you at the end of the session. Yeah. So now we have moved from basic NLP, then we talked about embeddings, and then we talked about transformers, right? So transformers, I told that it is having more idea than embeddings. It's transformers are reading the sentences like anything. So where it is used, it's in Google Translate. So now they are used to give us more accurate translations. Gone are the days that it was giving junk in outputs. These days they are really making sense. I'm using Google Translate for teaching my kid the Hindi, Malayalam, whatnot. So it's helpful for me. Doing real good job, And then summarization tools like who is reading boring research papers of 100 pages? Just give it to summarization tools, and then yeah, it's giving how it is doing. Ever you thought about it? So all these technologies are being enabled by transformers, and then Google searches. If you are using, they are also using chatbots, virtual assistants. They are built with transformers. So if embedding gave us meaning, transformer gave us a speed, context, power. So together they make the AI tools possible. So here I'm fusing yeah, so the transformers, and I'm transitioning to LLM, transformers to large language model. So how I'm connecting, okay, transformer, you told it's a big thing, it's just doing having understanding. So assume yeah, uh, yeah, now the transformers are doing big job, good job. It brought context awareness, its speed, but the researchers didn't stop there. So they asked now, like, what if we scale these transformers with a massive data and more computation power? So that is exactly led them to LLM. So can you see this? So think, if you think of transformer as the engine, powerful and efficient, super engine, but if you say this as engine, then LLMs are the supercars built on that engine. So they are working together. That is why it is super powerful. Yeah, everybody is using. We are using LLMs in every day. Yeah, I am using the industry. If you see the company where I'm working, we are using it for summarizations of logs and reports. We use it for customer chatbots. We use for knowledge-based data, Q&A. So gone are the days that fresher interns are coming, joining, and then we are teaching them something. Gone are the old classroom session teachers. We have a new set of knowledge. The way we are training is like we pull every knowledge base, everything into our share net, and then all these LLMs and chatbots, people are asking questions and learning. So the way the industry is training people has drastically changed to using these tools. And code assistants, we are using LLM. These days nobody's memorizing syntax. We are using yeah, VS Code with the Copilot plugins. So code is everything is being enabled. It's like I copy the snippet, and then can you explain me the code? What is this bullshit which the guy who previously went, yeah, I can even went out, oh, I can even scold, and then that it decently explains what each line mean, and then it also gives suggestions on what I should fix, at which line could potentially be the problem. And yeah, these are the ways that LLM is enabling me. And document drafting, translation, yeah, gone are the days sitting and writing document. Okay, we have to just give the context, we have to give necessary architecture diagrams, we have to just potentially give all the technical information which is available, and then we have to tell the context that I want to teach somebody this technology, build me a document, and then it's all there. So that is the industry at the moment. Yeah. But yeah, now again I'm just disqualifying everybody, like embeddings, but embeddings are not enough. Transformers now. Yeah, and then LLMs are also not enough. So now who is the next person I'm going to qualify? See, why LLMs are not enough? Why? There are reasons, like it's having outdated data. They are trained on old data. Many of the LLMs, if you use it, say, I am old until 2023. You don't ask me beyond that. Like that it says. And then see, it hallucinates. Give old or unnecessary information. Is the capital of Australia Sydney? No, it's not. So hallucination, wrong information. Based on the document, it reads all together, bunch by bunch. It LLM reads whole document after document, but if you upload a wrong document, it gives all wrong information. So hallucinating problem is there. And third one is limited access to private data. So I can ask about the world news, I can ask about a recipe, I can ask about a sports news, but I cannot ask about what is the strategy which Nokia is planning to do. I cannot ask an LLM because that access is not given outside. So this is where LLM went not capable, especially with this hallucination and this part. Okay, but for email summarization, email writing, and simple things, it's all fine. But for contextual or technical information, this area is lacking. So here we lack the potential using RAG. You would have already taught before, but I'm connecting everything with some practical information. So why RAG? I told you that it is limited because of the limitation knowledge cutoff hallucination. So we are connecting to external knowledge, LLM plus external knowledge. So consider um, yeah, a user is querying a system. You are the user, you have one question, and you are asking, maybe what you are asking, who's the HOD of this department. It is not available in LLM, but it goes and searches, it's not there. Yeah. And the another one is, if I'm asking one question like what can I say. So, yeah, sorry, I'm not ready with the example. So, but I'll explain. Okay, user is asking a question, and then it just goes to the corpus of documents which is ready for, and then it retrieves. But at times, this information is wrong. Okay, so then it brings the prompt concept and then add the LLM and then return the output. So I'm missing some points here. So I hope you will tailor it. So user queries, and then it just goes and fetch the information. Not only that, it again checks with the user prompt, that is this what this user actually is asking for. It just checks with that and then produces the output in RAG. Okay, so that is how RAG is working. Here, yeah, I'm going to the demo of how to build a RAG from scratch, how retrieval augmented generation is working, how we are enabling LLM with more technical knowledge, uh, and all this stuff I'm going to demo you. Okay, here is my uh, VS Code screen. Hope it is visible. All right. So if it is not visible, let me know. So here, this is my corpus of documents. Like assume how we are loading all these documents to LLM. With the LLM, so much training data, whatever we are giving, something like this. So here, I'm an activity suggestion making app. Assume here there are a corpus of documents. There are so many activity suggestion for somebody who really want to explore outside. So take a leisurely walk in the park, visit a local museum, attend a live music concert, go for a hike, consider this is my documents. Okay, you assume or you can put in the same code whatever big document, whatever it is, and then is uses Jaccard similarity, which is not a discussion for today, and then it returns a response. Okay, what is a leisure activity that you like? And then this is the user prompt. Okay, it has to ask by RAG. Usually has the context of what it should ask for, what it should, like here it is asking what is the leisure activity that you would like. So now as a user here, you are giving I like to walk, then it just goes fetches, okay, search everything related to walk, and then it just checked walk, 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 walk. Yeah, here it matches. So I'll give that answer. And it give take a leisurely walk in the park and enjoy the fresh air. Yeah, isn't it nice? It's giving as it is, like a parrot, nice. But here, one more thing we add is a more knowledge to it. Okay. One more thing, one more blunder I will show you. Here, this is my prompt. You are the bot that makes recommendations for activities. Your answers should be very short sentences and do not include any extra information. And this is the recommended activity. Okay, take a leisure walk. This is a user input. I like to walk. Okay, this should be the answer. Okay, this is how I'm writing the prompt. But sorry, mm, model requires more system memory. The code is not running here, but the problem is like if I give I do not like to walk. Okay, what is a leisure activity that you like? If I give I do not like to walk, still the answer was take a leisurely walk because it is just matching, no? Yeah. So we have improved the code with a rag, and it should say that if I tell like I don't like walk, it should give like how about a relaxing picnic in the park instead. How it makes is, I'll tell you. It's just understanding the context with the use of LLM. I don't know whether I explained it well, but I'll come back to that again. So here, what is the activity? So here the corpus of documents which I showed, the number of activities. Here I'm asking, what do you want to do? What do you want to do? And then it goes in corpus and then giving some suggestion. But it is understand it's not it's just picking the walk or that value alone. Whether it is right or wrong, it is not. Like I like to walk or I don't like to walk, it is not. It's just giving walking suggestion only. But after coming here, it picks and gives the walking suggestion, and at that time when the input is coming, no, 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 that user is asking he don't like to walk, give me some other answer. Then LLM thinks and then gives the proper output. So here's where LLM enabled by RAG by giving the context. So I'll explain one more scenario if this is not helping. uh, Question generator. Okay, so this is my sample data where these are the students and these are the current topic and these are their proficient levels. So this is my CSV file. Okay, this is my data. This is student. This is the topic that student is studying. This is the proficiency level of the student. I have observed this student, and previously these are the mistakes that student is making, which I found out. And this is the preferred question type. I want to make questions, and that question difficulty is medium, easy, hard, or whatever it is. The same way for different student, different topic, different proficiency level, different previous mistakes, question type. So where giving more data to RAG, and then now I will give the context. Now, the context is you, hey, a machine, you are an AI assistant designed to help teachers by analyzing student information. Your task is to provide concise, focused responses that fully incorporate all elements of the student data. And the teacher's request involves tasks such as building a question paper, ensure the generated content aligns with each student's preferred question types, current topics, proficiency, and difficulty level. The student information, what it is, yeah, there's the output. Student information, this is what is the input given based on the teacher request. The teacher will ask the question, okay, and then generated direct. So this is a prompt I have given, this is a context given to the RAG system. Here you see now, the user input, you are the teacher now, you are the teacher of Sara Lee. So Sara Lee needs an exam, give me an exam with only her preferred question type. What's a preferred type? Like that you have to see. And then I'm using llama 2 only here, because my system is hanging up. So based on that, it has to give the question paper. Okay. So, and then another teacher is asking the same machine. Awa told me that she has improved. Help me with a quick test for evaluating her. And then takes the user input, corpus of documents. So you consider this corpus of documents, what would be? It would be your colleges um, colleges syllabus or textbooks which you people are already referring and teaching. So all this has to be the corpus of documents, and you have to give the user input. The user input is your query. Okay, now you have to print the response. So Ava told that she is improved in her subject. So quick test. So quick test is, see, it started preferred question based on so some mistake is here, but I have solved it in my app. I'll show you. So Jessica told me that she has improved. Help me to have a quick test. So it just give all the short answer question. That's a preferred one. Okay. Give me a question paper with 10 questions. It is taking from your intranet and then making all the questions. The same thing I have, because I know that I didn't had time to fix all these. I have give that idea to Perplexity. Yeah, I gave this CSV file, and I gave this uh, idea of uh, the Python script. Then read the provided data and code. I want an app which can do the same. It just read RAG question paper generator. I believe that it would be helpful for you in to build similar systems in your college. So you have to choose a file, a CSV file, and upload. I'm loading the sample data. This has fixed all the errors which I have come across in my code. So John Doe, quadratics, intermediate factoring errors, previous mistake, multiple choice question, medium. So that way, yeah, now we have to enter the query. Sara Lee needs an exam. Give me an exam, only her preferred question type. Sara Lee and her preferred type is true or false for from physics kinematics. Okay, process the query, and questions come. Sara Lee, kinematics, beginner, and previous mistakes, true or false, difficulty level easy. So you can download the question paper. If you're not satisfied, regenerate the question. So can you see all this? Yeah, I used RAG in this as a brain. So if you like this, maybe you can also generate the similar one. It's not so hard.
Ma'am, I have
Yeah,
a question regarding this.
please.
Ma'am, whether it is possible to take only multiple choice questions or answer the questions?
We can uh, fill in the blanks, short answer, multiple
Pattern,
choice.
whether I can give a predefined pattern and according to that the questions will be generated.
We don't need to give patterns actually. You
Uh,
have to give a textbook only. The LLM has its see, Jessica told me that she has improved. Help me with a quick test for evaluating. And now let's see Jessica in the biology.
uh,
Uh, her problem is that confusion with mitosis stages, and she, for her, the teacher believes that a short answer and the difficulty should be medium. Okay, now the query is Jessica. Okay, I'm changing the query. Then let's
Okay.
process and see. Okay, I never ran that query. It just now explain the difference between mitosis and meiosis. Describe how biology cell division relates. What are the main challenges in studying biology cell division? Yeah, can you see?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Super.
This is how, yeah. So you can print or download, you can regenerate. So it just uh, comes handy. S-
Okay.
uh,
Whether digital answering is allowed, ma'am, only the questions.
Only the question paper. Let the students go with the still the old method, pen and paper.
Yeah, that's why we are asking whether it is possible to write it in the system itself. Digital valuation is better.
If you see that, no, yeah, you know the student's mind, they'll go chat GPT or some other AI. If you, they know that you are using LLM and they'll also use LLM for answering.
Answering, yeah, yeah, sure. Yes.
Generation is different, ma'am. Yeah, gone are the days. So they are not like us.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. Super.
yeah, thank you. So we have reached the end of the session. Any questions are welcome.
Dear participants, now you can ask questions.
Ma'am, I have one question.
Please.
How NLP tools are helpful to analyze the synonyms for vocabulary, ma'am? Because one word is having multiple meaning. So how it's going to be analyzed by the NLP tools? A lot of techniques are there, but any one or two techniques.
Mm, this this is I've addressed it my another PPT. I'll show.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am.
1 minute. I'll load it. Uh, yeah, it's not working as I think. These things, no, I told you like bank and bank, yeah. This all based on context. Okay, it is. I told that it is. Your question is like how it is differentiate between one word with another, like fly to fly, or fly means house fly, other fly means flying. You want to know how it is distinguishing, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so
Yes.
I didn't find the answer in the PPT, but yeah, I can tell you.
Okay.
It is in the world of embedding. Okay, it understand that as fly only for the beginning, but later on, when it comes to the transformer area, it's reading the whole sentence. Transformer part. Okay, when it reads the whole sentences, this house fly is irritating, and then it reads like immediately as it reads that it understands that it is house fly and not it's we are meaning flying. And then I enjoy flying from Paris to Japan, and then it's not here, it just take the whole sentence, not in as uh, the fly as house fly here. So
Understood, ma'am. Understood. Understood. Thank you.
yeah.
Sorry, one more question.
Please.
Actually, multilinguistic concept, no? How multilinguistic is performed well in NLP? So you give a few examples or something.
Bilingual, you mean Google Translate stuffs?
Any kind of, yeah. Some tools are handling 10 tools, some tools are handling more than 100. So
True.
likewise,
you
how
if
they
you
are handling.
if you see Chinese and certain languages, or they don't even have space in between, it seems. Yeah, I'm also like wondering. Okay, I do not know the exact technology behind that, but for certainly one of what I've explained would have been the part of it. I do not have the exact answer. Maybe I can research on that and get back to you.
But actually, I'm also doing that research, but
All
still
right.
it is under developing, I think so. Because some AI tools are, like they are handling more than 100. For example, Merlin kind of extension, it is
Mm-hmm.
handling nearly more 134 or something. Likewise, Google search engine, they are also handling more languages. But some virtual assistants, they are handling few languages only. I think it is under developing stage. I think so.
It is developing. Every day it is improving,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
uh, but yeah, interesting question, ma'am. Yeah, maybe I
Thank
can
you,
dig
ma'am.
it on that. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Ma'am, can we transfer this question and answer into a database?
Yeah, please.
Can we transfer these questions that they have generated into a directly to a database?
Yes, you can connect it. Sir,
Okay.
whatever I have explained you is all possible, sir. So what I just did is to be minimal college project. So if you wanted to be this idea to be productized, uh, maybe you can make a connection to database. These days with the RAG, vector databases are working well.
Okay.
So
Okay.
yeah,
Thank
better to
you.
go with vector databases, not with traditional Oracle MySQL. But still, yeah, up to you to explore and do it.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Your presentation is very nice. Thank
Thank you,
you.
sir.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am, for your wonderful speech.
Thank you so much, sir.
Now I invite Mr. A. Anandagobi, sir, Assistant Professor, to propose vote of thanks for the 9th session.
Good evening, one and all gathered here. It gives me an immense pleasure to express your top thanks on this special occasion on behalf of our computer application department. First of all, I thank our college management and our beloved principal, Dr. C. Ashok sir, for giving the opportunity to conduct this ATAL FTP. Then I would like to thank our dynamic director, Dr. R. Venkatesh Kumar sir, for his continuous support for conducting this program. Thank you, sir. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our eminent speaker, Mrs. D. Cynthia Angel, technical lead at Nokia Bangalore, Karnataka, for making excellent presentation and RAG in advanced NLP. And your real-time examples are making this program more interesting, ma'am, and informative. Thank you so much, madam. It is really an informative session. Next, I would like to thank our coordinator of ATAL FTP, Mrs. Agnes Zalima, ma'am, and co-coordinator of Mr. S. Alav Kumar, sir, and our organizing secretaries and dear colleagues. I would like to extend my sincere thanks to all the participants for your active participation. Once again, I thank you one and all. Thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
நான் ரெடியா இருக்கேன்.
Neelam, ma'am. Are you ready, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, I am ready.
Just few seconds, ma'am, please.
Okay. Yeah.
Now I invite Mr. A. Anandagobi, sir, Assistant Professor, to welcome and introduce our resource person for session 10.
Thank you, Alav Kumar, sir. A pleasant evening to one and all present here. It's my honor and privilege to welcome and introduce our honorable today's resource person, Dr. Neelam Nayak, Assistant Professor, Dr. Usha Praveen Gandhi College of Arts and Science and Commerce, Mumbai. Let me share our cheapest knowledge gaining process with you. Dr. Neelam Nayak, ma'am, completed MCA degree at the Indira Gandhi National Open University in the year of 2006 and completed MPhil degree at Yashwantrao Chavan Maharashtra Open University in the year of 2011. Then ma'am completed PhD at the University of Mumbai in the topic of designing and developing efficient data mining methods for the analysis of massive data in the year of 2019. Ma'am has totally 20 years of teaching experience in various institutions. Now, ma'am working as a assistant professor of Dr. Usha Praveen Gandhi College of Arts and Science and Commerce, Mumbai. The interest and expertise domain of ma'am is big data analytics, data science, and artificial intelligence. Ma'am has published various research papers in various reputed journals. Ma'am has filed 2 patents in the name of fully automatic fruit grader and quality analyzer, and the solar powered fruit grader and quality analyzer. Today, we have such an eminent person to handle the session on data visualization using Matplotlib for the 10th session of this ATAL FDP. Ma'am, it's my pleasure to once again register my warm welcome and a heartfelt thanks for joining hands with us to enlighten today's fabulous occasion. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Ananda Gobi sir. And now, to add value to our meeting, I would like to welcome Dr. Neelam Nayak ma'am to present the topic data visualization using Matplotlib. Ma'am.
Yeah.
Welcome you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Welcome, ma'am.
Thank you, sir. Yeah, thank you, Devi ma'am. Thank you, Ananda Gopi sir, for giving my introduction. Okay, let me share my presentation. Okay, so basically you people have given me opportunity. I'll thankful to ATAL Academy sponsor this online faculty development program on IoT data analysis with practical and exploratory approach. Basically, ATAL Academy, where this one is sponsored of. And again, I'll thank to another Janki Ammal College, Devi ma'am, for selecting me to demonstrate this topic on literate faculties over here. So my topic of today is data visualization using Matplotlib. Before going ahead, just I wanted to add I have completed my PhD in computer science from University of Mumbai Computer Science Department, and my topic of interest was and currently is also massive data analytics, big data analytics, and PhD topic was to map. Basically, I'll give you introduction about my PhD topic also. So mapping data characteristics with the classification algorithms which are applicable to that data. So I have handled massive data sets from various domains and tried to map the relationship between data properties or data characteristics to the analysis method required for the data analysis. So this was basically kind of a theoretical as well as practical, one can say, where massive data sets need to be analyzed for applicable to check the applicability of various prediction and classification algorithms. So that was my PhD topic. I'll start with my presentation today. So basically, flow of presentation will be what is a data visualization. We will try to interact with each other while talking also. So what is data visualization? Then, as the topic suggested or given to me for talking today is related to introduction to Matplotlib. So that I'll talk about. Then what are the basic plots using Matplotlib we can draw? What their usability will be, and what are advanced plots available in Matplotlib library. And one case study I'll take about DJI, that is a financial analysis. So we'll simultaneously do all these things and try to understand this topic in best possible and simplest way to analyze. As we know that we always say a picture is worth 1,000 words. We can look at any picture and instead of looking at data, if we look at the picture, one can say what that picture is saying. Okay, so we know this proverb, everyone knows this proverb, picture is worth 1,000 words. Now when we look at this picture also, we can say this is a deep forest, where there will be a lot of greenery, birds will be there and all. So this is basically a green ecosystem where so many things are involved, they are depend on each other. So one can understand the depth of it, or what one can say what this picture is all talking about. Now I'll give you some pictures. Okay, you can understand what that picture is saying about, and I want responses from all the participants also. Now the first picture here is this one. When you look at this picture, what do you understand? Any response? If you unmute and tell.
Interconnection of neurons.
Yeah, interconnection of neurons can be one of the way it can be shown. Anything else? Can we show the social media interaction or social media relationship or friends to friends relationship using this network? Will it be possible to do so or to indicate so? I'm not able to see the screen of this one. Okay. Any response? Okay, internet connectivity, how various nodes are connected to each other in a given network, that can be also considered as one of the way.
Clustering plots. Cluster plots.
Yes, cluster plot can be considered as one of the example. Correct. Okay. So looking at this, we remember so many relationships, or maybe the various cities in the country, how they are connected, what will be the distance among them. And again, looking at the color also, one can identify, the color also indicates some value, maybe the distance or what you can say, the volume of a particular city and all. So color can also indicate something from this picture. Now I'll give you second picture, picture number 2. Okay, what this is all about, what this indicates. Anyone? Yeah? Yeah, someone written something. Let me check it. Yeah, movement of players. Okay. Okay, anything else? Okay, but movement of players, okay, that is in football game, but what this area is indicating, different color area is indicating.
It shows the intensity of players, where the region where they play more.
Yeah, so basically this is a heat map in Matplotlib. Okay, so in technical language we can say that this one is heat map at every location in this map. Okay, let me go to my presentation. Okay, so basically every square, the whole area is divided among squares. Okay, and each area is indicated with different colors. Some colors are red, some are orange, and then some blocks are painted using yellow color. Somewhere there is nothing. Okay, the green grass is there. So basically the color intensity indicates yeah, so basically, so where is the highest possibility to make a goal? Okay, so red color indicates that, then considers the orange color, and then so depending on the position of the player, okay, where is the possibility of making highest goal? Okay, the making goal possibility will be the highest. So basically it indicates, this heat map indicates this possibility of making goal. Okay, the next graph is this one. So during election, we can see such kind of maps on our screen. Yeah, TV screen, we can see that such kind of maps on our screen. What does it indicate? Anyone?
It may be population density.
Population density, it is voting map. Someone, Sunny is saying voting map, political map, as some legend is also given along with this graph. Okay, so from that we can identify NDA, UPA, others. Okay, so basically it indicates who is ruling what part of India. So looking at this one, we can easily identify who is the ruler in a particular state of India. So as we said, there are what you can say, the picture can say lot more than data. So data is everywhere. So basically picture allows us to understand the things very clearly, and then that's why our data visualization is very, very important. So instead of looking at the figures, if I want to say NDA has scored these many votes, UP has scored, so looking at that data, it won't be possible for me to understand the overall scenario in India, basically. But looking at this, I can directly, say that NDA is ruling most of the states in India. Okay, so this may not be the today's situation, but the thing is, some political graph will indicate this. So this way one can identify, or one can understand the importance of visualization in data analysis. So basically, when we say in a technical word, what is data visualization? So turning data into visual formats. It may be in terms of your charts, maps, or maybe in terms of graph. Which method of data visualization you use for interpretation of data, that depends on the nature of your data. So it may be possible that your data is in a complex format, but how will you make it more visualizable? Okay, so for that, a specific visualization tool you need to understand and use it for understanding your complex data. Another thing is, looking at the data, one cannot understand some patterns in the data, or some insights which are required for decision making. So data visualization allows us to find out the patterns and insights from our data. So now, business point of view, what is the importance of data visualization? So a lot of company data is in a complex format. So basically, to understand or to reveal trends and patterns in the data, we need to find out the methods. One of the method is data visualization. So data visualization allows any manager of the company to simplify decision making process. Looking at the data visualization of the data, one can easily find out patterns in it and take the decision accordingly. Hello. Okay. It also identifies various potentials in the data, what kind of various graphs one can draw on the data, so that it will easy to find out the patterns in it. And basically, business point of view, the customer understanding is possible through data visualization. And once you understand your customer, it will result in more sale of the product. So basically, data visualization, if you consider as a value of your big data, so how to create a value from a given data, for that the data visualization is one of the way to do so. So basically, if we consider data visualization benefits, so faster comprehension of data, massive data is possible through data visualization, finding out the patterns and trends from the given data. That is also possible. Next one is some data points may be outside your region. Okay, whatever the data range you are considering for analysis purpose, and some data points may be outside of that range. So how to identify that? Because the outlier results in wrong analysis of your data. So how to identify those outliers from a given data, and if there is an anomaly in your data, so how to detect it? So data visualization allows this to us. Okay, any complex data, any unstructured format of the data, how to visualize it? For that, this one, data visualization is also very important. Data visualization methods. I want to take the actionable, I want to find out the actionable insights to make the decision in my business. So data visualization is one of the things. So Power BI, Tableau, these are the famous softwares which are used for data visualization. But here, if we consider the Python as well-known programming language, so in that case, what are different libraries available for data visualization purpose? So Matplotlib is one of them. So we are here to discuss that Matplotlib today. when the decision is taken as an informed decision, or when you are supporting your decision along with the data backup at the back end, so in that case that will improve the transparency and trust in your decision. So data visualization allows us to take informed and data backed decision which will be transparent and trustful in nature. Now, what are the real world applications for data visualization? So you take any domain where data visualization will be the must thing. First one is the business analytics. In any business, if I want to find out what is the trend, how the particular product is selling, how much sale a particular product is making in a particular region, so for that the business analytics is required. Okay, so in business analytics domain, data visualization is must. In healthcare or patient tracking system, okay, in that a domain also data visualization is must. I'll give you one example. If I want if any doctor or any physician want to give medicine to any diabetic patient, doctor want to know what is the history of blood sugar over the previous 3 months of a person. Okay, and that can be considered as one of the HbA1c sugar level of a person. Now for this understanding the sugar level, if the doctor is able to see the graph over 3 months, okay, or 1 year basically, how the sugar level of that patient is increasing or decreasing, accordingly he can understand the pattern of blood sugar increase or decrease, and accordingly the medicine can be given. Instead of taking reading from a lab day before visiting doctor, if the doctor is able to see the historical record of a person over a few months before, so in that case it will be well taken decision to provide the medicine. So this is one example from healthcare where the data visualization and a particular analysis, or you can say time series based data analysis, this is very important. Sports performance analytics is another domain where the data visualization is an important one. Now while taking the decision or deciding the strategy in football game or any game, okay, how will you decide that? Depending on how players are playing a particular game, where they are actually sitting, where they are spending more time in a playground, accordingly the trainer of that sport will take a decision and decide the position of each player. So this is one example. Again, one can find out, see, in some player have habit to play in a stressful environment, or you can say when there is very bad situation in the sports, winning situation, not winning situation in the sports, they perform well. So you can find out what is the relationship between this over the bad situation or the critical situation in the game, and what is the performance of each player. So if I am able to understand this, then one can decide who will be the next player in a given series or in a given sequence. The game like cricket, one can say. Retail and e-commerce insights also requires the data visualization. Who are the customers who are just visiting any website, only searching the products? Some are there who are just adding items to the cart, but they are not purchasing those. Some are just moving items from cart to wish list. Some are actually purchasing the items added to the cart. So basically these are various scenarios, various customer segments in the e-commerce. So basically, how will you identify those things? Depending on that, what kind of advertising you will provide to different segments of the customer, accordingly your advertisement will be. So retail and e-commerce also require data visualization to understand various customer types and their behavior. Financial data visualization, how particular company stock is making or breaking, one can say. So what is the progress of that stock over the period of time, that can be understood through financial data visualization. Government public sector analysis, here data visualization, we know that in COVID-19, that time the government was able to see how many COVID cases are there in a particular region of Maharashtra or any state, one can say, and then how many deaths happened in a particular day, then how many are under observation, how many are hospitalized and all. So because of the dashboard, it was possible to understand various situations or various statistics of data. Okay, and through this dashboard on a one screen, it was possible to understand all these things together. So this was helpful to the government for policy making or take quick decision. So these are some of the real world applications of data visualization. So when we come to the Matplotlib as a topic of today's discussion, it is a powerful open source plotting library in Python. So it basically allows us a flexible framework for creation of static as well as animated and interactive visualization. So those all things are possible through Matplotlib. It is a foundation for Python data visualization, and along with other libraries like Seaborn, Pandas, or Plotly, okay, ggplots. Okay, so all these are also one can integrate with Matplotlib to understand our data or to visualize our data. Now, as a Matplotlib, when we talk about the Matplotlib, we know that these plots are possible: line chart, bar chart, scatter plot, pie plot, histogram. So these are well-known, or you can say mostly used for data analysis. But what are different types of plots? Those are possible depending on our requirement. Okay, so this is the way one can say. So before going to that slide, I'll just tell you the statistic where Matplotlib is used. Okay, so if we consider a general Python developers, for around 40% of the Python developers use Matplotlib to understand the overall scenario of usage of Matplotlib. So general Python developer, one can say 40% of Python developers use Matplotlib for data visualization basically. And there's some survey also, it says that Seaborn, on the contrary, it is used for 16% and the Plotly is used for 9%. Now, if we consider some academic papers or some archive papers or scientific papers, it shows that 15% of the papers mention Matplotlib is used for data visualization, while using papers has grown over the time, but still it is not universal. Other libraries in the Python like Seaborn or Plotly, but Matplotlib, this statistic is clearly seen in various academic papers. Now, in data scientist workflow, it says that around 77 to 80% of the data scientists, those are using plotting, Matplotlib for plotting as well as visualization. And here, other libraries which are there in Python, they may be used for backend purpose or for doing, it may be the part of the workflow of data analysis. Seaborn Plotly, if we consider as a relative use, it is 16%, Plotly 9%, and but Matplotlib is mostly used among, and this is well known in Python developers. So this is a scenario one can understand the importance of Matplotlib usage by various Python developers. So if we consider what are different types of analysis is possible over the through the data. Okay, so if we consider what would you like to show, okay, it may be possible that you want to show the comparison, you want to show the composition, or you want to show the distribution of your data, or you want to show the relationship between two variables in the data. So if we consider the relationship, these are the plots available: scatter chart or bubble chart. If I want to show the distribution, so distribution may be related to single variable or two variable or three variable. Accordingly, my graph will change. So depending on my requirement, I need a particular graph. So if I consider a single variable graph, it may be my column histogram to decide the distribution, or it may be line histogram to see the line, okay, distribution line over the X range of data. Now, if it is a two variable distribution, I may prefer scattered chart or 3D area chart. So basically, these are according to the requirement of my data analysis. I will decide what kind of graph I will prefer to, or plot I will prefer to. If I want to do the comparison between, so among atoms or over time, if I want to go for comparison. So if I am going over time, so in that case, many period or few period, accordingly, my graph will change. It may be a circular area chart or line chart, column chart, or again, a simple line chart under many categories. More categories will be compared together. Similarly, here among items, if I want to do the comparison, so there will be a table format or embedded charts or bar charts or column charts. If I go for composition of the things, so I may be going for a static composition or changing over the time, or a dynamic composition. Accordingly, my this one will change, chart will change. Okay, so again, for a few periods or many periods, accordingly, chart will be stacked column chart, or maybe stacked area chart, or pie chart, waterfall chart, and so many. So these are basic charts which are one can plot using different type of chart techniques, chart drawing techniques. But again, the thing is, what is your requirement? Accordingly, one can decide what kind of chart that can be drawn. So to go ahead with Matplotlib, I'll take few plots here. So line chart, basically if I want to show the relationship between temperature and humidity, so I'll go for a simple line chart like this, or stock price over the period of time. So that for that also I'll go for time series analysis. So line chart will be helpful to me. So to understand the continuous pattern or the trends in a given data, I'll go for line plot. Now, if I want to find out the comparing two groups or two categories together, in that case, bar plot will come into picture in Matplotlib. So basically visualizing the difference in the data values over the period of time in two groups. Okay, so in that case, bar plot will come into picture. Now, if I want to see the relationship between two numerical variables, or identify the clusters or outliers or trends in two variable and their value changing, and if both the values are numerical in nature, I'll go for scatter plot. So basically the correlation between two variables can be identified using scatter plot. Next one is pie plot. Now pie plot is percentage distribution or proportion of overall distribution. So in categorical data, if I want to see a particular category is existing overall in overall all the records, so in that case, how many times it is existing. So comparing different categories is possible through pie chart. So here for each and every graph, the requirement is different. Accordingly, I need to select a particular plot. Histogram. Now this is interesting example of histogram. So in my class, I conduct a test of students. So in that case, how many students are securing good marks, how many are below average, how many are securing average marks. Accordingly, I'll find out the frequency of each category and draw some frequency graph, and that frequency graph is nothing but my histogram. So histogram gives me the distribution of continuous data basically, and it shows me whether the data is skewed to the left side, right side, or it is equally distributed over the center or mid. It allows us to also identify the outliers from a given data, and as I said, the skewness of the data. That is also possible. But this is a frequency graph. Basically, each bar is nothing but your frequency distribution. So for a particular value of x, how many times that x value is existing, and that is nothing but your y. So histogram is basically representing the frequency of a graph. So now, if we consider so many graphs and their, applicability to different situations for the data analysis. Now, if we consider overall data analytics workflow, so many Python libraries are available. So out of that, where the Matplotlib is coming into picture. So for data preparation, we'll understand the Matplotlib's role in data analytics workflow. So basically for data preparation, we can go for NumPy or Pandas. If I want to find out numerical or statistical summaries of my data, find out null values and all, so I'll go for NumPy and Pandas. So basically data preparation work can be done using these libraries. But if I want to do the exploratory visualization, so in that case, or finding out the trends and patterns in my data, Matplotlib will come into picture. Now, once the data is clean and you have done the exploratory visualization of your data, next thing is finding out the model development based on that data. So you can go for scikit-learn or TensorFlow, and then you can validate your assumptions using those plots. So model development is possible with these libraries. Now, once the model is developed and patterns are identified, so real communication or visualization can be done using Matplotlib or Seaborn or Plotly, and professional visualizations can be drawn to understand the situation in the data, or pattern in the data, and which will help stakeholder to take a wise decision or informed decision. So basically, Matplotlib comes at two positions here: exploratory visualization as well as result communication, or the final visualization of your trends in the data. So now we'll see the basic things which is possible with Matplotlib. I'll show how one can draw various graphs using Matplotlib. Some are basic in nature, some are advanced in nature, and we'll try to understand those things first, and then I'll go for case study. So basically, basic plots. Yeah. So these are some of the basic plots. We'll try to understand those plots here. So the first thing is line chart. If I want to draw a line chart, hope my screen is visible to you all. I am in Colab. Hello. Yeah. Okay. So. Okay, so let's see what are the basic plots which one can draw. Okay, so the line chart is possible. Now X and Y data is there, and if I want to plot it using my Matplotlib, so import my Matplotlib pyplot as PLT, and using X and Y data, I'm plotting it. So I am able to find out the line chart of X and Y data. If I want to show the legend over here, that is what kind of color of the line is, so I can show it here. And so one can see the line chart drawing using this one. Second thing is, okay, now the next one is bar chart. If I want to show the relationship between two things simultaneously, so what I'll do, this is my X data and second one is my Y data. I want to plot X versus Y. So for a particular X value, how many times the Y value is there? So if I want to do that, I'll go for bar chart plotting. So using bar chart function or bar function, I can draw this one. So this is possible using this one. Bar plot is possible to draw. The third one is plotting histogram. Again, histogram says that the frequency. Now X region is divided into various bins. Okay, here. So bin, I need to decide the bin first, and accordingly, what are the values of those bins or frequencies of those bins within a particular bin, how many times the X values are there. Okay, so that I can see, and accordingly I can plot it. Now see, the bins are 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, and 6 to 7. And if my X data, if I consider the 4 is repeating twice, 6 is repeating twice, and the 7 is considered in the 6 to 7 range. Okay, so here if you can see the histogram here, looking at that data, one can see that for all other values it is repeated 1 time, 4 is repeating 2 times, but 6 repeating 2 times, and the 7 is also considered in that bin itself. So the here value is equal to 3. So this way one can draw histogram to understand the frequency graph of it. Scatter plot, again, the two various values can be plotted against X and Y column. So take randomly X and Y column and their values, and one can change the color of the scatter plot also using the color as one of the arguments to the scatter, and here one can draw it. Okay, the simple function in Matplotlib is a scatter to it. Next one is pie chart. Now, if I want to find out the share of a particular particular output. Okay, so how much percentage of particular output is existing? In that case, categorical output, one can say. The pie chart will come into picture. So in pie chart, here we are using the pie function. Okay, so all the x values, whatever I have written. Okay, so if I consider the x values as 1, 2, 3 and 4, so in this case, if I take this overall as a 10, 1 plus 2 3 3 and 3 6 and 4, so out of 10, okay, this will be 10%, 20%, 30% and 40%. So those values will be shown using pie chart. So basically, if I want to show particular share or particular part of my this pie chart, okay, so I can show it using explore function. So I need to specify the explore parameter here. So explore says that 0.1, that means this pie will be, the portion of the pie is separated out by 0.1 space from a given data. So to indicate a particular thing in a pie chart, this parameter will be helpful too. So this gives us, again, the percentage can be also written on the pie chart using matplotlib, and this is possible to do so. Now, if I want to show this pie chart with different colors, again the color combination, which whatever I want, okay, that color can be also mentioned. Accordingly, the custom colors can be generated in pie graph or pie chart, one can say, and that is also possible. And over the pies, one who want to show the figures, so in that case, it is labeling is also possible with this autopacity parameter of pie. Now, next I go for stack plot. Okay, now this one is interesting. Stack plot, we may not be knowing all these things, basic charts, line chart, scatter plot and all. We know the stack plot, what this stack plot is all about. Now I want to find out the relationship between days studying, playing for how many hours. Okay, and what is the relationship between how a particular student is spending day with some studying hours and some playing hours. So how will I find out the relationship between and compare this relationship, compare these two types of spending? Okay, so this is my data. So in this data, the days are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For 5 days, I am analyzing. A particular student is studying for 8 hours, 6 hours, 7 hours, 8 hours, 6 hours, 11 hours, 7 hours, and playing for these many hours. So how this graph will look like? So for that, I require a stack plot to draw. Okay, so now in this stack plot, okay, days will be on my x-axis and number of hours will be on y-axis. And if I draw all these things, it will look like this. If I want some values over here also, that means I want the hour values on this graph, this is also possible to do so. So the graph can be also, this code can be also improved to represent all these things. So if I want to do that, okay, I can add that, and region can be also added, and the specific values in the stack graph addition is also possible using this one. So give the labels, then what are the colors of different stacks. Okay, so that can be also, and the legend if you want to add at the left side corner, so that is also possible through matplotlib. So basically this one stack plot is the function of matplotlib, which allows us to compare two things together, two or more things together in a stack plot. This is simple graph which is possible, or basic plot which is possible in matplotlib. Another one is a stem plot. Basically, it is a discrete version of your line plot. We know that line plot gives us the values which are changing over the series. So same way, if I want to find out the discrete value on a particular value of x, okay, so what is the value of y for a particular value of x, for that stem plot will be helpful too, and it gives us the discrete version of my line plot, discrete value over the line plot. Okay, so basically it is a sine wave here it is shown, and or a particular value of x, what will be the value of y, that can be also drawn using this length phase, okay, or the sine wave expression. Next graph is related to the box plot. So box plot gives us distribution of our data. Any outlier is there in our given data, that can be also identified with the box plot, and what is the distribution, what is the mean value, and all, what are the quarters in my data, that can be also visualized through this one. This one is our box plot. Then one more thing is what, if there is uncertainty or variability or error in some data points, how can you
Neelam
identify?
ma'am, sorry to interrupt.
Yes. Yes.
Can you zoom the
Yes.
coding part, coding snippet? Can you
Yes,
zoom
yes,
it? Yeah, yeah.
definitely.
It
1
will
minute.
be
I'll zoom this one.
sure. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah. So you can see here. So basically, it is an error plot. It gives us the distribution over this one. That is how you can identify the error over here. So these are my data points. I'll show it in a different this one also. One more detailed way. Now see, I'll show this one. Average study hours for 5 students each day. Okay, so these are my days: Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and average hours will be this many. Standard deviation, if I want to find out, so this will be the standard deviation, and how much error from the from mean, basically, if I want to find out. So in that case, I can draw the error plot mentioning all these things, what will be the color and all. I'll get the error plot like this. Okay, so the data points and how much will be that particular data point, how it is moving from your mean value. Okay, so that can be identified. How much will be the data, what you can say, the error in a given data. So that can be also visualized through your error plot. Then violin plot is there. Violin plot is basically used for seeing the distribution. So if my data is there, if I use any function to draw my data, so in this case, what will be the distribution, whether it is a normal distribution or it may be a uniform distribution. So that can be also visualizable using violin plot. So I can show you the simple violin plot distributed, and how will you interpret that. So basically, if little bit, I'll just so here there are two things. Okay, when you plot a violin plot for a given random data, okay, random some data, 100 points. Okay, so in that case, you can see this data, but how will you interpret this data? The interpretation of this data will be, this is called as a normal distribution, and here the distribution is overall, what do you say, the uniform distribution. Okay, so basically, to understand the distribution of the data, violin plot can be used. Okay, so there is one more plot that is called 3D plot. Basically, if I want to show the relationship between three variables together, okay, so how will I do that in 3D plane? Basically, in 3D projection, if I want to show the relationship between two variables, how will I show that? Okay, so my data is in this form. So basically, when you go for any 3D projection, your background will be in this way. And now, if you take any data points, how those data points will be plotted, that one can understand. So here it is a matplotlib, this one plot 3D. These are my x points, y points, and z points. And then if I go for plot 3D using z, y, and x, okay, so I can see what is the relationship between x, y, and z over here in 3-dimension way. So basically, in 2 dimension, I'm showing 3-dimension thing. So this is possible. These are various basic plots which are possible in Matplotlib. There are so many, but I have taken some elementary one which are possible to draw in Matplotlib. Okay, yeah. The next category will be related to advanced plot. So I'll show you some of the advanced plot which are possible through Matplotlib. So as we know that there is a counter plot, okay, contour plot. One can say in geographical location, what is the height of that geographical location, or what you can say from sea level, how much high that particular land is. Okay, so that can be identified using counter plot. So using counter plot, one can draw that.
Neela ma'am,
Yeah. Yes,
in chat box, Appasam is mentioned.
Questions are there. Okay,
yeah.
okay. Let me check.
Share the link or code, something he mentioned.
1 minute. 1 minute.
Yeah.
Let me check that. Yeah. So what someone is saying. Okay. Please share link. Oh yes, definitely. I'll share my every code with you all. Okay, I'll share it with Devi ma'am, and she will forward it to you. No problem. So I'll do that because so many graphs to understand at the one go, that is not possible. No problem. I'll share this code with you all. Okay, you can go through it and understand too. So just to understand those things surely as a matplotlib function, I am explaining it. Okay. Hope this will be useful to you. Okay, so let's see. Advanced plot. Some of the advanced plots are like contour plot, where one can find out the depth or one can find out the height of a particular land from sea level. So that can be understood through this counter plot. This is the code. Code can be easily done. This is not a big code here. Okay, so line space is the function of numpy, and then the color bar, and using the counter function of pie plot, we are drawing this. So basically this color shows how much is the height of a particular land. So when this is the light yellow color, that means it is 1 feet high from a basic land. It may be 0.75 meter or 0.50, that way. So these circles shows us different height from a sea level, basically. So these are the Z values. So on X and Y axis, this a particular location is plotted, but the Z values gives you the height of that. Then 3D surface plot is again one of the way one can show some values. Okay, so 3D surface plot, as we have shown. So basically any function if I want to draw, okay, so in that case I can use this method to draw the 3D way, 3D surface basically. So plot surface X and Y and Z, and I can decide the color combination, and then in 3D surface plot can be drawn. So basically here we are just when we are saying the plot surface, okay, so random function, sine function can be it is drawn over here. So it is at the root of this will be x square plus y square, under the root of x square plus y square. This is the function. So basically this is Z is equal to this what you can say, the sine of under the root of x square plus y square. So this function is plotted and shown here using 3D surface plot. Okay, heat map, as I have given the example of that football playground. Okay, so that was the heat map, and heat map uses the correlation between two variables. Okay, so looking at this heat map, I can identify what is the relationship. Okay, so X and Y values are there. My X values are moving from 0 to 5. Y values are moving from 5 to 0. How they are correlated to each other. So basically two numerical variables, and depending on the color of a particular cell, it indicates how much relation that the relation is strong. Okay, so when there is a correlation between two variables can be identified using heat map, and that is indicated using different colors over here. Okay, so these colors are giving us the intensity. So bluish color means less correlation, while highest color is the good correlation between two variables. So these are something related to heat map. Next one is related to the funnel chart. Just I said about the funnel chart, like I'll say the customer categorization can be drawn using funnel chart. So funnel chart is nothing but if I want to show the relationship between various customer segments, like suppose if you are just scrolling through e-commerce website but not selecting any item, just going through. Second one, the category of customers where they are just moving the items to the cart, but they are not purchasing. Third one, they are moving items from cart to the wish list, but again not purchasing. And the fourth category may be actual purchasing. Okay, so these are different types of customer, and accordingly, if I want to see the relationship between such kind of different segments and their numerical values, the funnel chart will come into picture. Okay, so now in funnel chart, I can decide the categories and their values. Okay, those can be also retrieved from various data files, and then these data points can be initialized by doing the analysis. This is a simple way I have shown it. Okay, so the graph look like this. This is a funnel graph. I'll show one graph here, sales funnel chart. It says that how many customers are aware of a particular product. So awareness is indicated over here. Then how many of them are actually interested in the product. So interest, how many of they have shown the interest. So from data points or the data file, one can identify how many are there who are actually interested. So the superset is my awareness. After that, the subset of it will be the interest. Then the consideration, actually considering to purchase that. So they have considered to purchase it, and then the actual intention to purchase it, and the final one is their intention converted into actual purchase. So basically all these can be shown along with this graph. It indicates, when we visualize all these things, we can see it look like a funnel where the superset is at the top and the subset lowest is at the bottom. So this visualization gives us clear idea how many customers are there in each and every segment. So these are some of the graphs which are possible, advanced graphs which are possible through matplotlib. Okay, and yeah, so basically these are the two categories that I have discussed, basic plot and advanced plot, which are possible through matplotlib. Definitely I'll share these two things with you. One more case study is there. Devi ma'am, is there any time to discuss the case study?
Ma'am, you can discuss.
Yeah. Okay. So basically one case study I'll take to understand this case study. Okay, I'll just tell you from where I have taken the data and how can you understand that data. Okay, I'll skip this part and go to the direct case study part of my discussion today. So basically I'll introduce you to one case study that is related to like in India there is a nifty to understand the stock price, or what will be the closing and opening price of each and every stock of company. Okay, so basically there is one Dow Jones Industrial Average. Okay, this is the body which decides the closing opening prices of various stocks in USA. So this website allows us to download that data and analyze that data. So Wall Street Journal's website is there where such kind of data is available. One can download that data, freely available, and analyze that data. Okay, so how will you do that? I'll show that website directly to you and how one can analyze that data. First download that data and then analyze it. When we go for any study, the first thing that we find that the data is not available, but the live data is actually available here. You can see my screen. So WG's Markets, this is the website title, and it is giving us the data related to various stock prices and all. What this is showing here, you can see the opening stock price, highest, lowest, and what is the closing for a particular date. One can select a date range from here. Okay, so suppose if I want to find out last 3 months data points, okay, for each and every date, what is the opening, closing, or highest and lowest index for that stock index for that particular day. I can get those values. Okay, now here it is possible to select a range. If I go here, I can select a particular range. So if I select a range, like if I want to find out what is the scenario in 2024, okay, and how these closing, opening, highest, lowest price were existing, so I can select that data. And once I select that data, suppose I change it and make it something like some other data. Okay, so since Jan 2025 to suppose till date 26. Okay, if I want to September, so I'll go here, I can see that data over here. So basically I need to change it. June, May, suppose I say, go there. I'll select 1st Jan. Okay, so that date will change till date, and I want to go. So here the all data will be visible. And once I do this date selection and go for download spreadsheet, the full data will be available for me for analysis purpose. So downloading is possible. It will ask me to download that data, and that data will be visible. I can save this data, and then one can visualize the trends in the data. Now, the same way I have selected 2024 data, and that is along with me, that is available with me. And now what kind of trends I can find out from this data through data visualization, that I'll show you. Now, this is one thing. Here I have taken that file, Okay, and the file is available. This is my file, historical prices 2024, where I could see the data in this format. The data will be in this format. I'll show you. The data will be in this format, where the date, individual date of that date range, opening index value, highest index value, lowest, and close. So what kind of analysis is possible through this data, that we'll see. Okay, so now if I go here, okay, so this data is there. So let's see the first thing that I can do using this data, so that one can understand. Okay, so I have loaded that data here, okay, using pandas read CSV and historical prices 2024. This is in my collab, and I could see some of the values over here. Okay, first 10 values will be visible. Now the next thing is, if I want to find out, okay, I want to pre-process that data. Okay, so the date time I need to change and sort value according to the date. Okay, so that can be done here using the date variable. So basically, if I do this, I'll quickly do this. Okay, so already I have done, but still I'll do that. Okay, next one. Okay, so these are the columns. Basically here what I have done, so the column names are changed. Okay, some spaces are there before and after the column names. Okay, so those are rectified using renaming the column. So pre-processing of data is also possible here. The next thing is I want to change the date time and sort it. So I have done this one. The next thing, that is I want to find out the line. Now line plot is possible. Okay, so suppose I have considered two things to plot here. One is a date. Over the date, what is the closing price, closing index, okay, over those dates. So the dates may be from 1st January 2024 till 31st January 2024. Okay, so over the year, what will be the this closing price of the stock. Okay, so that is possible through this plot, matplotlib. Okay, so this can be drawn, but here I am just plotting the close value. So I need to compare two things together, like what is the opening price over this period and closing price. So that can be also possible. I need to take two variables. Okay, so two variables can be also taken together, and along with that the date, possible date format can be printed in a proper way. That is also possible. Okay, so if I want to change this to or improve this code, okay, I need to add all these things, how my date format should be. Okay, what I want to print here, I want to label my graph with some title and all. Okay, so what will be my X label, Y label, everything can be given in this basic plot. So the graph can be also improved in this way over the period of time. The detailed analysis of line chart, how the closing price is changing over the period of time, that is shown using this and detailed line chart. Now, as I said, the opening and closing, if I want to compare and show it using different colors, so this is also possible. So these are the opening and closing prices of those stocks. But here one can understand there is not much difference between opening and closing price of index. Closing indexes basically, which are available, and there is no much difference between this. So looking at the data, it is possible to understand all these things. Now the next thing is here. Okay, one can change the color, one can select X label and Y label to understand all these things. So more detailed graph is also possible over here, so where the dates are shown over the period of time. So the proper distance is there into. So here basically I need to change the size of my plot also, plot also. So figure size is important, and accordingly two closing opening prices are plotted together. Again, the legend is also provided here. Next thing is, so basically here the legend is provided, the same graph is there. Now bar chart, if I want to show instead of line chart, if I want to find out which is the month where there is highest closing price or highest opening price, how will I decide? So for that, one need to give group this date wise data into month wise data first. Okay, so grouping of data using particular month, this is also possible. So here this one is first the grouping of data is done, and once the grouping of data is done, okay, so one can go for actually plotting of the data. So using your vertical bar plot, one can use this. Okay, so what we are doing, we are plotting two things together, month and monthly closing price, not daily closing price, monthly closing index basically. So how will you do that? So you can see this graph in this way. Now here the months are not properly visible. Why? Because my size of graph is not sufficient to show the full month name. So I have improved my code where there will be a proper month name visible over my graph, and that is possible to do so by deciding the size. I'll change, figure size I'll change. Okay, so matplotlib, this allows me to change the figure size so that the visibility will be proper. Even the name of my month can be also rotated so that all names can be fit in a proper way. Okay, so if I improve my code, so I can see here over the months, this January, February and all. Okay, so which is the month where there is closing price, average closing price is highest. So this is the month, I think November is the month where the closing price will be highest. Okay, so looking at that graph, I can conclude from it. Okay, now the next thing, if I want to see the actual difference between it, okay, how will I do? I'll sort this graph according to the highest closing price. If I do this sorting using my matplotlib function, so in this case, mean and sort values according to the closing. Okay, so in descending value, so the descending value I'll take that, and the first value will be in November. Again, if I want to change this November month in a proper way so that it will be visible, I just change the figure size and all. My graph will look like this. And from this graph, it is understood if I plot the closing price and average close price over here. So in month of November, the average closing price is highest, while in month of January, the highest closing price is least one. Okay. So looking at the graph, one can understand various figures and their values, various according to your requirement. One can identify which plot to be used, and one can do the analysis through data visualization. Okay, so same way it was my vertical graph, and now here it is a horizontal one. So horizontally also you can show it so that one can understand the same thing in this way. So again, if I want to find out the relationship between open and close indexes, okay, so in that case I can use scatter plot here. So if I go for scatter plot, I can and plot it, I see the data points like this for the same data. And if I want to find out what will be the line out of it, so that is also possible. I need to plot this one, open and close, so the line plot is also possible. So scatter plot along with the line plot, two charts are also possible. Two plots are also charts are also possible at the same time in a single graph using matplotlib. Next one is if I want to, so this is the relationship between your close price and open price, and its trend line, and the labeling is also done properly. Now, if I want to show it in a line chart, how it is increasing, decreasing, again, different colors will be visible for open and close one. This is also possible. And here, 6 monthly, if I want to find out over the 6 months, what will be the highest month having the highest index value, month having the highest index value. So that can be also shown here. So in my on my x-axis there will be month, and here there will be the index. So I have grouped it over two things like 6 monthly report if I want to find it. So basically this can be done together as per our requirement, and one can see all those outputs through matplotlib. Okay. If I want to see it through color intensity, so that is also possible. Looking at the using color map, it is possible to understand the interpretation of data. Like suppose the same thing I have done over here, open and close data, closing and opening data, but here I have used the color plot. So it indicates the lighter color, that means there is these are having higher values closing. Okay, so towards this one, the month, if you consider, okay, so the last month, like towards it your end, or the November that year end. Okay, so the closing values, the closing index will be higher compared to your January index. So using the color combination also, one can understand the depth of the data, or you can say intensity of the data values. So this is also possible through using your matplotlib. So color base, each point indicates, the color also indicates the color indication, like what is the interpretation of my color, that can be also shown using such kind of legends, where 45,000 will be shown using a yellow color, while the lowest value is shown using dark blue color. Okay, so the color map also helped me to identify all these things together. So depending on your requirement to analyze data, matplotlib can be used, and various charts are possible. So many charts are also possible. One has to understand the specific libraries regarding those Python, matplotlib functionality. One has to install and then go for your data analysis. So data visualization is possible through matplotlib, and it allows us to see or visualize our data in a best possible way. There are various other tools are also available for presentation purpose also, along with Streamlit. One can create the user interface. So matplotlib can work at the backend to understand the data, and then it can be presented in a different way using various other tools which are available in Python. So this is from my end, basically. These are some of the facts associated with matplotlib. So yeah. So here one can say, in finance, if I want to do the interactive and varied visualization, I can go for Plotlib Dash. Okay, and matplotlib can be so heavily used for backtesting plot or reporting chart or algorithm development. So depending on my requirement, one can go for matplotlib, and accordingly one can find out. And like here, research reviews document. Okay, if you go through various research papers, it is also possible to understand matplotlib is heavily used for data analysis purpose for at the back end in any business, and it allows us to visualize data in best possible way. Yes, Devi ma'am.
Participants, any queries?
Yeah.
Ma'am, hello.
Yes.
Hello. Ma'am, can you draw a radar chart in Matplot?
Which one you are asking?
Radar. In Excel, we are having radar chart.
Radar chart is also possible. Yes.
In Matplot is possible.
Yes.
Okay. And is there any provision to directly generate report in Matplot?
Yeah. So directly see the graphing. Graphically you can if you provide the data, the graph generation is possible, but how do you present it? Okay, that depends on which visualization tool you use. Are you getting? Means if you are using Streamlit from Python, okay, so you can present it in a best possible way, or any other front end where the matplotlib analysis you are taking into consideration and plotting it in its own way. This is also possible too.
Okay, so is there a graph will be generated by Matplot, but I need a complete dashboard. So automatically Matplot will generate graph from Google Sheet, and that graph can be interactable graph, just like a dashboard in our Excel. So it is possible in Matplot.
Yeah, in there are some softwares like higher versions of your Power BI and all. Now they allows you to do the visualization in the best possible way, and at the back end you may use any other software to gather data and keep it in a visualization format. But actual dashboard creation and what you are talking about now, that is purely not possible with matplotlib. You can draw different graphs together, put it together, but if you want to see the overall picture. Okay, like you can see in a Power BI and all. So where
Yes,
you
just
can
like
change
PowerPoint.
where you can change one parameter accordingly, all you can see the
All
reflection
different.
in other. Okay, so that way. So but here the backend data generation can be possible through Matplotlib. Yeah, and you provide this data to the tools like Power BI and all. Okay, so this both things will be possible, like dynamic change in the particular value is possible through Power BI like software used for visualization, and handling a lot of data and processing it, that is possible with Matplotlib. So combination of two softwares is possible.
Okay. Thank you.
Ma'am, can you say something about Seaborn library?
Yeah, so Seaborn is basically used for plotting purpose, no? So yeah, so here I have not emphasis more on Seaborn library because it was not the part of discussion. Okay, but along with Seaborn, no, one can do visualization also, and basically it is for informative statistical graphics. Okay, so that is possible to draw statistical graphics using Seaborn. So combination of these both Matplotlib and Seaborn is also possible. They are compatible with each other, so one can draw interactive graph using both the things. Like see, using your NumPy, we do some calculation and use that data in my Matplotlib plotting purpose. Same way, these are different Python libraries. One can interact those functionalities of those libraries together, and nice visualization is also possible, or you can say interactive visualization or dynamic visualization is also possible.
Neelam ma'am, my
Yes.
question is also partially related with Seaborn. How Matplot is more advantageous over Seaborn?
Okay,
I'm asking
so
in that way. Yeah.
so Matplotlib and Seaborn. If we see that Seaborn is Matplotlib can be considered as a low-level plotting library. But here now, if we consider Seaborn, that is more advanced than this. This is a higher level plotting library where top level Matplotlib functionalities. Or not Matplotlib, but higher functionalities like simplifying complex data, that is possible using Seaborn compared to your Matplotlib. So basically if we consider the versions of Python libraries, Matplotlib comes at the lower level, while Seaborn can be considered as the high level plotting library.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Ma'am, my question is, can you suggest any reference or the notes we can say to study all these things, whatever you have taught in the today's session?
Yes, definitely. I'll share those resources also from where I have taken the guideline to prepare my lecture also. So that also I'll share with Devi ma'am. Okay, she can share with you all. Along with that, the three collab notebooks that I have shown, where all this data analysis has been done. Okay, everything I'll share with you all. Okay. So along with sources of data as well as all these collab notebooks I'll share.
Neelam ma'am,
Yes,
wonderful session. Thanks a lot. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Devi ma'am. And thank you very much for giving me this opportunity to talk to all these participants. They are equally interested in knowing all these things, and they are also interactive. So it gives us pleasure to interact with such participants. Okay, enthusiastically they are learning and understanding these things, and at the hour where we are actually at home after our daily routine, and then attending FDP is not that much simple. Okay, but still they are learning, they are trying to understand few things. Even the previous NLP session was very interesting. Yeah, she explored so many things which we don't know actually.
Cynthia ma'am. Yeah.
Okay, good session. Nice, sessions selection. Basically, your topic selection is good. Various topics are considered here, and the speakers are also very good. And they are basically you have selected the industry-oriented people, so they are literally contributing much in this academic faculty development program. Good. Thank you for giving this opportunity. be part of this. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am, for sharing your expertise and knowledge. Once again, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We
Yeah.
learned a lot of, ma'am. Now I invite Mr. A. Selvakumar sir, Assistant Professor, to propose vote of thanks for the 10th session.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everybody. I am feeling very happy to propose vote of thanks for this special occasion. Let me first of all start by giving glory to the Almighty God for making today's session a grand success. Then I would like to thank our college management and our beloved principal, Dr. C. Asok sir, for giving the opportunity to conduct this FDP. Next, I thank our head of the department, Dr. R. Venkatesh Kumar sir, for his continuous encouragements and guidance through the entire session. Thank you, sir. Then I would like to thank Professor R. Jagannathan sir, academic advisor, and Dr. N. Sendil Kumar, coordinator of IQC, for their wonderful support. Thank you, sir. Next, on behalf of Computer Application Department and my own behalf, I extend my heartful thanks to our eminent speaker, Dr. Neelam Nayak, ma'am, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology, SVKM's Usha Praveen Gandhi College of Arts and Science and Commerce, Mumbai, with topic data visualization using Matplotlib for making excellent presentation and making this program interesting and meaningful. Thank you so much, ma'am. Then I thank our organizing secretaries, our department faculties, and the faculties of various colleges for their wonderful support. Last but not least, I would like to thank today participants of our college and nearby colleges for your strong support. Once again, I thank you all. We will meet on next day.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, Selvakumar sir. We hope that every who attends today's program will find it useful. We sincerely appreciate everyone's involvement. We will get together tomorrow to discuss future session. I want to express my gratitude to everyone. Dear all participants are all are requested to fill the feedback form. Thank you all. Dear participants, kindly fill the feedback forms